A massive fan favorite pulse rifle, the Gridskipper, is back in Destiny 2. I had several of these drop today while grinding the reprised Prison of Elders activity with some buds, and you can make tonics to get more legacy drops, so make sure you're doing that as well. But these rapid fire frame pulse rifles have always been like high fun factor weapons, designed from the ground up to string kills together, as the best of these are always loaded up with perks that enhance the performance of the weapon after that initial kill, and the reprised Gridskipper follows that same trend. In this video, we're going to get into this thing. We're going to break it down, let you know if it's worth your time to grind for one of these, so let's get moving. Okay, first things first, I respect you all too much to beat around the bush, so let me just give it to you straight up front. The Gridskipper is a good gun with really good perks, but it's not the king of these rapid-fire frames. The Horror's Least has more range, more stability, more aim assist, while also having better damage perks. You can get a Gridskipper with Zen Moment and multi-kill clip, but it will forever and always be inferior to the Horror's Least with Zen Moment and full-blown kill clip instead of multi-kill clip for that 25% damage boost instead of 17%. So does that make the Gridskipper a worthless weapon? No, far from it. It's still, like I said, really good. And we're just coming off of an event where we had the Jurassic Green, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here. The Gridskipper statistically makes the Jurassic Green look like a blue rarity weapon. That doesn't stop me from loving the thing, though. I love Jurassic Green. It'll always have a special place in my heart, but the Gridskipper is just a better gun. So for the base stats, this is, by the way, a Void rapid fire frame. So if that matters to you, if you're on a Void subclass, obviously, and you can stack some harmonic perks and bonuses on your armor, that's great. But we've got 33 range. Compare that to the Autumn Wind, right? It's got 32, Peace of Mind 31, Scalar Potential 28. So it's on the high end of other rapid fire frames in terms of range. Let's talk about stability. It's got 47. Again, that's on par with all the others for the most part, right? Again, comparison's sake, Autumn Wind stability is also 47, Peace of Mind 46, Scalar Potential 44. So right in line there. Aim assist on the Gridskipper comes in at 80, which again, right in line with the others. Base recoil for the Gridskipper, it's a little jumpy, but not altogether unwieldy. And it can be reined in by applying more aim assist to make it more sticky, or by ramping up the stability, and we can do both of those things with the perk options that we've got on the weapon. So let's look at those next. In the first column, we have some top shelf picks here. There's Demolitionist, Perpetual Motion, which is always a good pick for extra stability and handling and reload speed. That also synergizes and stacks quite well with the Origin trait. We'll talk about that in a second. But Perpetual Motion, hey, never a bad choice. We're going to be hyper mobile with these things anyway. They're kind of scrappy, guerrilla fighter, in and out sort of weapons. So you really can't go wrong there. Then you've got Zen Moment, right? Literal S tier perk here for pulse rifles, and everybody knows it. That's the pick, okay? That's the safe pick. We've also got Repulsor Brace if you're looking for a Repulsor Brace and Destabilizing Rounds combo. That is there if that's your jam. We also have Lone Wolf, right? New perk. So this perk is like tied with another one for second place for me in this column. That extra aim assist does wonders for rapid fire weapons when you really need the reticle to stick on the head. But then we have Killing Wind, which is the other second place contender for me. Killing Wind is an amazing perk in general, but especially on rapid fire frame pulse rifles. Rapid pulses are known for having one major drawback, and that is their range. And when you have Killing Wind applied after that first kill, you get plus 20 range. You get a 5% damage drop off distance increase. So those things stack on top of each other. And also remember that range affects the distance where aim assist falls off as well. So you can more effectively duel at a distance when Killing Wind is active. I really think this is an S tier perk in general. Let's move on to the second column. Okay, we've got Desperate Measures, which it's not useless on rapid fire frames, and a lot of people just see that as a throwaway perk. It's not useless. It can help push the needle in a pinch. Then we've got Elemental Capacitor. I do have a Zen Moment and Ellie Cap roll that you'll see some of in the background. It's a bit of a laser on Void, which I was playing on a Void subclass, so I get that plus 20 buff to my stability. So that's a bit of a juiced perk. Then we have Head Seeker. Never, never, never a bad pulse perk. Then there's Destabilizing Rounds, Frenzy, and finally Multi-Kill Clip. I'm going to make two recommendations here. The first is obviously Multi-Kill Clip for those kill chaining streaks that you can go on with this thing. It's tried and true on these rapid pulses. Most of the gameplay in the background is with my Zen Moment multi-kill clip roll, which I put over 150 kills on that in just one short sitting with this thing in PvP today. It was pretty nasty. But my second recommendation is actually going to be Headseeker. You can get some great mileage out of Headseeker on pulses. It will definitely push the needle for you in duels that you may otherwise lose. Going to help with forgiveness especially. The last thing we got to talk about is this Origin trait, guys. This Origin trait is juiced. Splicer Surge, you'll see it up a ton in the gameplay, and it's just a great trait to have on a weapon like a primary, especially one that's a real scrappy dueler like this, like we were talking about earlier. Reloading this weapon after dealing damage grants the weapon a stacking reload speed and handling bonus until stowed. I mean, come on, guys. Handling and reload speed stat values are often overlooked, okay? They're not as sexy as range and stability, so people overlook things like reload speed and handling. But they're so important for the current pace of PvP in Destiny 2. I don't know about you guys, but like, fractions of seconds matter now more than ever before. I take one shot at a Titan and he immediately starts behemoth flying through the air and around the corner. I'm like, well, there goes my opportunity. Or I start shooting a Titan and he does the thrusters and all of his health goes right back to full. Hunters just grapple away. There's so many get out of jail immediately cards out there on the table. So those fractions of seconds really matter. And when you have that extra handling so you can ready your weapon faster, stow it faster, pull it up from a sprint faster, and you can reload it and get ready for the next guy faster, that matters. At 3 stacks of this perk, you're looking at 45 extra handling, 45 extra reload speed, and a reload duration multiplier buff. Like, those values are massive, and you can definitely tell a difference when it's active and when it's not active. And handling and reload speed fits right in with the all gas and no brakes kill chaining identity of these rapid fire frames. I love it. So to bring this a full circle, is the Gridskipper the new hotness that everyone will be using in trials this weekend? No, it is not. It's not going to break any metas, and it's not because it's bad. It's just because there's nothing particularly new about it. If rapid fire frames that could kill chain were gonna be meta, they'd already be meta because we've had access to these things for several years now. You'd be seeing Horror's Least, you'd be seeing Autumn Winds everywhere, but that's just simply not the case. Rapid fire frame pulses are fun weapons, and they're pretty nasty when you start snowballing. You get that snowball rolling down the hill, and you're stacking kill chaining perks like Killing Wind and Kill Clip together, stuff like that. For that reason, I really enjoy using them, and I will continue to use them. But don't feel like you have to rush to get this thing, like right this very second. Just go enjoy the Prison of Elders, grind it, keep your eyes peeled for a good one of these to drop in its own time. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, would you consider leaving a like on it, as that's the best free way to support the content right here on YouTube, and think about subscribing for additional Destiny 2 content. If you're interested, I recently started up a D&D channel as well, and I've been uploading a lot of tutorial stuff for newer players to get into D&D, and soon I'll be uploading full sessions of D&D with my friends, with me as the Dungeon Master, as I take them through a campaign that I handcrafted myself, from the world to the cities to the NPCs to the monsters to the narrative beats. If that sounds fun, hey, I'll leave a link in the description and the pinned comment to that channel. And we're also going to be uploading them in podcast format as well. Should be a good time. Anyway, with that, be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.